Hello, hello, hello. It is me, Kelly Phoenix. That's
me.
Wendi Earley. And we're here to talk about draft night and where to follow along for all the best women of fantasy football content available to man.
Ooh, that was banging.
Just having a little dance party over here.
Hi, Kelly.
So, hi, Wendi. I want to give people a little bit of time to hop in, say
Let's go,
hey.
everybody.
People, there are apparently 24 people watching, so let's hear some voices in the chat if they're here. Lauren in the house. And Angie. So
our girls,
they're here. We are just going to be chatting, a quick chat, nothing crazy, about what we're doing today, where our colleagues are, and what else you might see out there in the Twitterverse as it applies to draft night. First of all, your hair looks lovely.
Oh, why, thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much. Apparently, a blowout is more than what I anticipated, and I'm ready to walk a runway. I don't even know if I'm going to go to the draft party.
Off you go, onto the red carpet.
Well, I'm so looking forward to this. When you first reached out to me, said, "Hey, women in fantasy football, they're kind of wanting to know, would you like to go to the NFL draft?" And first of all, I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" So to even be asked was such an honor. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I went to the combine, couldn't get the time off work, and I was really disappointed. And you were like, "Well, how about, maybe the Bears are doing something at their stadium?" Well, guess what? They are, but they're sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Oh," so I was all bummed. And so I reached out to you again. I'm like, "Oh, it's okay." And you're like, "Well, what about a local place maybe?" And I'm like, I don't live that far from Chicago. I'm in Northwest Indiana, but I'm not really that far from Chicago. So I'm like, let me look around. I'm like, wait a minute, there's a sports bar. It's a big one. It's in Griffith. Erica Brown, I guarantee you, has been there before because she lived in Griffith before. It's called Bridges Scoreboard, and they're a family-owned business, and they're big. Not big, but they do a big draft party. They're actually they have during the season they have a Bears their official watch parties every week. At this place, and they're family owned. It was a mom and dad bought it in 1983. Now the sons run it. They've been in business, 38 years, or I think it was something like that. And they just do a lot for the community. And when I started reading into them, I'm like, this is the place I need to be, because they do a lot of charity work. They support their community. They just do all these outings. They all fundraisers. Everything is at this place, at this Bridges Scoreboard. And I'm like, you know what? This is the place for me. So, I sent them an email, and they actually, one of the guys sent me an email, and then he called me. One of the owners called me, and he's like, "Hey, we would love to have you," because I wanted to ask for permission. I'm going to be putting out content from their place of business. So, I thought it was the right thing to do. And they're like, "We would love to have you. What do you need? Do you need a table? You have people coming?" I'm like, "No, it's just me," but they're like, "Hey, we will really welcome you. We really want you to come." So I'm super excited. Not to mention, I grew up around this area. So I guarantee you I'm going to see some of my classmates there tonight that I probably haven't seen in, I'm not going to tell you how many years. It's just been a long time. Okay.
A long time.
Yeah. Long time. My friend is bartending tonight. She'll be bartending. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And, for it to be this big Bears draft party. Oh, by the way, you know what else, Kelly?
What?
James Thornton, RoboCop, tight end from the Bears. He is going to be there. He's there. He's doing autographs. He's pictures. They're doing a podcast for like an hour before the draft. And then he's going to hang out with everybody. And, so of course I have to wear my
I am considering wearing mine as well, even though I have my little desert scene right now to match my gray hat for draft day.
This
But
looks lovely.
Trey McBride is going to be at our draft party, and not that I'm sure that I'll be able to run into him or anything, but I mean, it feels like a
Oh,
good
it feels
thing.
right.
I
It
think it
feels
does
right.
too.
So we get a
And
little plug for Casey too. I'm going to make sure
yeah,
that, because she made these for us. And, so I'm telling you, I'm like so excited for this. I don't care that I'm going by myself. I actually prefer that, to be honest with you.
I think it's great. So you are going to the Bears Bar to represent and get a vibe for what the Bears choose, who the Bears choose at their first pick. And I am going to State Farm Stadium. Season ticket holders get into a special area. So
Fun.
special. I don't know how
Of
special,
course.
but we'll find out. And otherwise, we have a thing called the Great Lawn, and it's this just huge lawn, and they set up vendors and like food and drinks, and that's the general admission area. So I'm gonna go mingle with the people. You and I are gonna be putting out live content, photos, videos, perhaps live streaming from Twitter, the formerly known Twitter.
I'm not calling it Dex. I'm just not doing it.
And people can follow us along, but also follow Women of Fantasy Football, because they're going to be helping to pump this content out, reposting anything that we're posting, along with our colleague Renee, who is at the NFL draft on behalf of Women of Fantasy Football this week. So she's going to be there in the press room, sharing what she's capturing. So that'll be really exciting too. Also reposted by Women of Fantasy Football.
She's killing it,
She's,
Kelly. She
she's doing
is
so
killing it.
great.
She's having the time of her life, and I am living vicariously through her because she's doing such a great job. Way to go, Renee.
I'm so excited for her. I didn't get to go to last year because of stupid breast cancer. And now I didn't get to go this year because of stupid breast cancer revisions. But, I am so excited to be watching my friends and colleagues get to attend these type of events and bring us back extra amazing content. It's so exciting to watch. Like, somebody put in here, Erica Brown. She said she's gonna be sitting on her couch, living vicariously, and that's the truth. I mean, we're all doing that. I'm sitting on my couch watching Renee vicariously go through draft week.
Yep.
It's been so fun. I absolutely loved seeing her catch Rome Odunze.
That was so great.
That was the best. So amazing. And I told her one of my tricks is go to these community events because you get more like up close and personal with athletes. Not that many journalists go to some of these side events. And, he landed right in her lap, basically.
Pretty much. Gosh, what a lucky girl.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Oh, so we're getting lots and lots of comments. Gator J said he'll be reposting the content. Thank you so much. Mr. Scamper says Renee is killing it. Such a true story. Also, Trey McBay for Shizzle. Name dropping. Was I name dropping? Maybe. We got a list and an email of who was attending. So I'm actually really excited also because Clayton Tune, backup quarterback to the Arizona Cardinals, will be there. If anybody watches my stuff, I'm the mayor of Toontown. So I'm
Yes,
really
you are.
excited to get some additional FaceTime with Clayton, of course, and say, hey, what's up? We got lots of highs to Wendi. Gator J said it got in the way. He would quit of your work. got in the way of you attending.
I know, but I kind of like my house. I like I like my car.
Angie says you're having a great hair day. Good.
Oh, thank you, Angie.
Thanks, everybody.
We love you
Um,
guys.
my
I'm not guaranteeing how it's going to look an hour into this event tonight because Bears fans are relentless, okay? They're already, they just feel that there's some way that the Bears ownership and management can mess this up. I mean, I don't think there's any possible way, but I also think it's going to be fun to ask the fans because there's some hardcore fans that are going to be at this. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, that's my number one, but I live so close to Chicago that I do follow the Bears. But, there's a lot of people that were really upset about Justin Fields leaving, and things were just going to go completely different than, the way that they're going to go. So as long as that first pick goes all right, I think everything, I mean, as far as the rest of the draft after the first pick really, in my opinion, is the only one that's guaranteed. After that, it can just go off the rails. So hopefully it doesn't go too badly off the rails for the Bears. So
Well, Erica said that that's how she feels about the Cowboys, so she can relate there.
They've been really quiet. They're not saying anything. What is it? Are they even going to be there? Are they coming to the draft?
I haven't heard any,
I know.
zero chatter about what the Cowboys are doing.
I mean, maybe because we don't follow them as closely as we follow our own teams, but I mean, Erica can probably tell us. I don't think there's been a whole lot of speculation. I'm sure she's got who she's wishing for, which is probably not going to be who they pick. That's what she's saying because she's been saying all week she's just going to get drunk on her couch and watch the draft. So,
well, that's what it's for.
yeah.
Erica says she has not heard anything.
Isn't that just strange?
It is so crazy to me. Meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum in Phoenix, Arizona, all we hear 24/7 is rumor, like popping up everywhere. I think also a city that can relate or a fan base that can relate is the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, yeah. What is
Talk about
going to
rumor mill.
happen? I'm so excited. That's actually, you know what I was going to say, Kelly? That is my second most exciting pick. I mean, the number one pick, I'm really excited to be at a Bears party, watching them, draft Caleb Williams. But that Minnesota pick is just, they're going to come unhinged if they don't get, I mean, in my opinion, either Drake May or JJ McCarthy. I think McCarthy, but I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's really depends on, where they land because what I'm hearing is that Minnesota needs to move up in order to get a caliber QB. Although I think it's very likely JJ McCarthy could fall that far. But the rumor for a while had been, would Kyler Murray become part of a package for Minnesota move up to 4 or but then I'm like, why
4.
would they need to move up to 4 if they already have Justin Jefferson and now they have Kyler Murray? I don't know that they necessarily would need to move up to 4, but then they could just stack up in other areas at that point. So it does make a lot of sense, but I don't think that's even in the realm of possible. The latest is simply trading out Justin Jefferson to get higher than, where are they at, 11 or something like that? To get into the 2 spot is the article I read today. Who's in the 2 spot? I've just went blank. Oh my gosh.
Washington.
Yes.
Commanders.
So the idea would be that they trade with the Commanders to get up to the 2 spot, and Justin Jefferson would somehow be part of that package in order to
the entire state of Minnesota will just burn itself down if that happens.
Because then the thing is if they trade for a quarterback, the whole purpose of getting a quarterback is so that Justin Jefferson has somebody quality throwing to him. His contract is so expensive that if they don't get a QB that's quality enough to throw to him, they're in this really expensive rebuilding year. I mean, I don't know if there is a win for Minnesota, to be honest with you.
I mean, even the fan base is just kind of like they just want to get it over tonight. And that's sad because usually, you're so excited for the draft and what the possibilities are. And I mean, I've got quite a few Minnesota Vikings fans. They're like,
Mhm.
oh, we just want this night to be over. We just want
I
to see
mean,
where we're going and who we're supporting.
I can relate, but it's not so much that I just wanna get it over with because this is this gonna be a throwaway year? We have there's not an unknown. It's I wanna get it over with because there are so many rumors, everything's just swirling. I want the pig to be solidified and then move
Yep.
on with positive momentum and not have to hear another
Yep.
single trade rumor.
Yep. I mean, they have to do something at the quarterback position. So I don't know. What does Scott Fish think? We need to talk to him.
I don't
He's
know
a
if he's in here
he
or not, but
he should be if he's
Mr.
not.
Scampers has a theory. Rams trading into the top 10 to get a big 3 wide receiver or Bowers would be hilarious.
Oh, where is he gonna land? That's Face Guy, right? Brock Bowers. That's Face
Brock
Man.
Bowers, tight ends are premium. That's how I feel about
Well,
it.
I know the Bears have a ninth pick as well. So I mean, I think at that point they could probably maybe trade that for some better picks or something to. I don't know. I mean, I personally I kind of wanted them to keep Justin Fields and maybe go for Marvin Harrison Jr., which he may land in your lap. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the ongoing theme. While I'm doing my weekly podcast, I'm sharing all of the rumors, but I keep coming back to I just don't see any other scenario than Marvin Harrison Jr. That seems to be pretty consistent among Arizona's fan base. However, Rome Odunze has really worked his way into the heart of many mock drafts and analysts of hosting these mock drafts. So I wouldn't be surprised if for some reason we end up with Romo Dunze, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver, such a need, followed by the 27th pick of likely, I would say, defensive tackle if I'm a betting woman.
Well, wait a minute. I think you are a betting
I
woman.
am a betting woman. There's
Well, that's
probably a
what we're
prop
gonna go
for
with.
that.
Well, I
Hmm.
see that the last mock that I looked at had the Bears taking Malik Neighbors at that ninth spot, which I think is an okay pick. But like I said, this last mock also had Michael Penix Jr. going to the Vikings, and I'm like,
Yeah, it feels like Neighbors, Odunze, and Harrison Jr. are the top sought after wide receivers. And so anybody that makes it out with one of them should be doing well, according to what the media likes to put out.
yeah, yeah. Well, I know that the Bears fans, and I'm going to talk to a lot of them tonight, obviously,
Mhm.
but I know that they probably are sad that Darnell Mooney's gone, but I'm excited about Keenan Allen. I know he gets hurt a lot. I know it's tough, but man, oh man, that guy is so good though.
Yeah.
And to have possibly Caleb Williams throwing to him. I mean, but still, he's a rookie. I mean, what are the expectations for this coming season already? That's what I'm anxious to find out too from Bears fans.
I feel like the Bears just absolutely crushed getting all of the free agents that they needed during free agency week and have put together a really formidable team.
I think
Uh,
so too.
it's pretty amazing,
It was
actually.
pretty sneaky, actually. Like it was just he kind of Ryan Poles went in there, and it really was. It was stuff that you didn't see coming, and you're like, I never thought Keenan Allen was going to be in Chicago. I mean, I know it's not. He's kind of at the end of his career and stuff, but even as a mentor, even so.
Mhm.
I love the guy, so not going to probably buy his jersey because he's probably going to be there 1 year, but I do like him.
I do like it too. I think it's gonna be really fun to watch, and as a football fan in general, I think that's exactly, why we should be watching, not a love or hate relationship with this team
Yeah.
or that team, but because it's entertaining and really, really fun to watch. Mr. Scampers popped this 200 oh, 2019 days since they last made a first round pick. Is that
Wow.
the Bears
For the
then?
Bears? Yeah, that
I
sounds
can't
about right.
I don't oh, what? Tell us. Tell us, Mr. Scampers, who is this relating to? I love facts and fiction.
Yeah, both are good. And it's so much fun. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I was not into the draft as much last year, even as I am this year. It's just so much more exciting. I think I've kind of dove in a little bit more in this past year with content and following along a little more than just a casual fan, I guess. But so I'm super excited about it, and I'm excited to see all my friends having all of their teams drafting and what their needs are. And
Yeah.
like, Royal is like losing his mind over what the Patriots are going to do, so I can't wait till that happens. So there's just every team out there. Except, you know what? I honestly don't know if I have a Washington Commanders friend. I don't know, but that's someone that likes the Commanders. But other than that, I mean, pretty much all the teams, you're always like, oh yeah, so and so, this is going to be their pick. I wonder how
Mhm.
they feel about it. So, I'm excited. I plan on staying. I'm going to stay as long as I can tonight, and I won't be able to go tomorrow. They're having another special thing tomorrow with another special guest and all that. I can't go because I got that work thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. But to find out all this other stuff is going to be really cool tonight. I'm super excited.
I'm excited too. Okay, Rams. It has been 2019 days since they last made a first round pick, the Rams. That's just how good they are, I
Let's
guess.
see.
Is that what we're saying?
So, who do you think is going to be the first uh, IDP type guy off the board? You have any?
I mean, I've been looking at a handful of names that have been tossed out there, and there's a lot of players. The new designation is edge, but they're
Yeah, can you explain that to me? That's just kind of a general
yeah,
term.
it's let me pull up my notes because somebody had to share this with me because we are making new IDP stickers for Trophy Smack draft boards.
Nice,
Um,
cool.
I know, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness." So I believe somebody told me that the edge will often fall into defensive lineman, defensive end, defensive tackle. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I had in my little notes there. So yeah, a lot of platforms will categorize the edge as a defensive end, and which makes sense because they're on the
Right.
end. It's the edge.
True. True.
But that's been like the new hot designation for defensive players. I've seen those names thrown around a lot. There are actually two that have jumped out at me. One was Jared Verse from FSU and Dallas Turner, who I've actually
Mhm.
seen a couple interviews with from Alabama. So those jumped out. One that's been really fun, but it's Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama, cornerback.
All right. That's who I'm gonna be watching for.
Kool-Aid.
I think there's so many more people playing IDP now that it's a little bit, I don't want to say more important, but you're kind of paying more attention now to when those players are being drafted as
Mhm.
opposed to, your straight quarterbacks and, straight running backs, wide receivers, tight ends.
Yeah.
Now you've got, more people that are interested in that IDP, which is super, that's good. These guys work hard too. So I'm going to try IDP this year, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I think you guys are talking me into it. We'll see. My
Well, you
buddy
can
Mace is supposed to do it with me.
you don't have to, like, dive into, like, the 22 seat league. Mine only has 3 and a defensive flex position, so 4 total. But the most common in my research while we've been researching this product for the stickers has been an 11 roster defensive piece. So I'm like, 11 players. That sounds like you're really digging deep still,
Yeah,
but still sounds fun.
maybe. That scares me. I played in a league one time. It was 2 or 3 years ago. It was all women, and you had one. You had a safety. You played with a safety, and that was kind of fun. I mean, it didn't normally score like a huge amount of points or anything, but my
Mhm.
safety for most of the year was Kevin Byard, and now he's going to be in Chicago this year.
I actually love playing a safety in my my
Do
league.
you?
Yeah, because I feel next to linebackers, to me, that seems to be the guy bringing in most points. I am not an IDP expert, people. I'm just thinking about my roster last year and the years prior. And obviously, linebacker brings us the most points, but I do love playing a safety. Safety is a fun position.
It was fun. I played 1 year. I won. They were not very nice women, and they kicked me out.
Those are not your people.
No, they were not my people, so that's okay.
That's
That's all
okay.
right.
So we're going to be, in case you just joined us, throughout the evening, Wendi will be sharing content, some of it perhaps live from a bar in Chicago with a bunch of Bears fans, capturing the first pick reaction for sure. And this will be amplified by the Women of Fantasy Football channel on the app formerly known as Twitter. So make sure you're following Women of Fantasy Football. Make sure you're following Wendi. I will be out at State Farm Stadium doing the very same thing, covering the Cardinals fan base in the fourth pick, again, amplified by Women of Fantasy Football. Our friend Renee, Freak NFL, she is in Detroit. She'll be in the press room asking questions, capturing questions from the picks as they come out from the stage into the press room. If you happen to catch any of my content a couple years ago from the draft, same thing, asking questions, getting answers, and trying to get it out there as fast as possible for you guys to take in. So be sure you're following Women of Fantasy Football and you won't miss a thing, right?
I do want to mention that I'm actually going to be in Indiana. It's a
Oh,
Bears. Yeah.
that's
I'm
my
in
fault.
Indiana. Yeah, but because I want to give them props because they've been so nice and so accommodating, and they're just a great business. So it's Bridges Scoreboard in Griffith, Indiana, and hopefully maybe I'll see some people there tonight that I know, and want to pump some stuff out to you guys. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to Women of Fantasy Football.
I'm just stumbling on all my words. A huge Bears bar, not in
Yeah,
Chicago, but Chicago Bears fans.
there you go. That works.
Erica says she loves that place. You
I
mentioned
knew it. I told you. I told
yep.
you she's been there. They have like I don't know, like 40 televisions, and they have stuff going on every night there for sports. So I'm gonna fit right in.
It's gonna be great. So you'll be starting your content. It's gonna be within the next 2 hours. You'll be pumping out content. And same for me as I head on my way. I have one meeting before I can actually take off. It is
All
still
right.
early here.
It's still early. You're good.
But we're going to be putting that content out there for you guys. If you have any requests, make sure you tweet at us. Let us know your questions, anything that you want to see or hear about from the fans that we can ask. And yeah, just be sure to tune in to Women of Fantasy Football and you won't miss a thing. One thing that we won't be able to just syndicate or push out there is our friend Stephanie Miller, who's part of our women's chat group, is also being part of a round by round, pick by pick show this evening, hosted by Ship Chasing. So, if you want to set notifications for Women of Fantasy Football and support Stephanie Miller over there at Ship Chasing, feel free to do that as well. We're all about sharing the love of what women are doing out here in the space.
Absolutely. I love Stephanie.
Yeah, she's great. I love our whole group.
Yes.
So that's about it. We gave you some of our projections. We talked about some of the potential moves that might be made tonight from the rumor mill and trade. We told you where to follow along for all of the draft night content. So if you missed the beginning, feel free to go back. It's a short little 30-minute show this evening giving you the rundown. Anything else, Wendy?
I think that's it. I am ready.
I am ready too. I'm actually really, really excited. So I hope to see you guys around tonight. Bye.
Bye, everyone.